Hello. Welcome back to Icewind Dale. I'm Elmaron.
You have need of me?
And, we are in East Haven. And, we had killed some bugs and gotten some ale freed up for people. And it's kind of interesting. Looks like I can talk to pretty much everybody here. Oh, some of them have names.
No small task.
Well met. Why, you seem to me like a fresh new vein of ore, all untried and untested. I be Hildreth. What should you wish to know? A vein of ore? What do you mean? What I'm saying is that you look like a little new to this adventuring thing. No offense intended. We all have to start somewheres. If you've been looking for tips, I even have some news that might prove interesting for you. What is the news? I'm not all eyes and ears here. Mostly I've been keeping to my cups to keep the chill away. But I have heard that a local sword named Hrothgar is putting together some sort of expedition. Sounds like it might be fun. I'll be going along myself. What do you know about the expedition? The folks around here say that Hrothgar be a valiant man, but not the type to go dashing off to his death. They say he be an excellent leader. We're headed up to the mountains to investigate some sort of disturbance up there. You'd best be talking to Hrothgar himself to hear the full story. That's a good idea. I'll go find him now. Farewell. And how about this guy? Random town person number 2. Haven't seen you in town before. You come from the south? Yes, I wanted to ask you some things about East Haven. East Haven? Lived here for quite a span. I have things I have... Sorry, there's a period there. East Haven? Lived here for quite a span, I have. Things have been getting worse of late, though. Worse? How? Well, there's been sighting of some goblins and such in the past, if you can believe that. They usually hole up in the spine of the world and kill each other. Some fool claimed he even saw some orcs outside of town, but I'll wait till he sobers up before giving that tale any weight. Anything else? I've heard some talk of goblins. Not only that, but there's been sightings of a wolf on the outskirts of town, too. We've been keeping an eye out for it, but it seems to be coming around just for a whiff of the fishbone carvings in Apsel's workshop. Damn thing must be starving to risk showing itself around humans, though. I see. Anything else? Where do I find Hrothgar's house? Hrothgar's house is in the center northern part of town. It's the one with the gaps in the overhang. Okay, we got that bit about the overhang. Planning to join his expedition? Yeah, word is Hrothgar's been so rattled by the messenger. Oh yeah, we heard about that part. I think this guy's had the same dialogue. I'm not going to check. We'll just trust my memory, I guess. Coming from the south. Lived here for quite a span, I have. I've heard talk about goblins, orcs, and even a wolf. Is that what you mean? Well, there's that and more. One of the boys was out playing and swore he saw the footprint in the snow as large as a man. Assuming he's not telling tales, that would mean giants. But there hasn't been a giant seen in the past since, well, damn near as long as I can remember. Ah, interesting. Giants, too. How about you? I wanted to ask some things about East Haven. You're quite a span. I've heard about creatures outside of town. What have you heard? I'm worried about the goblin and orc sightings are tied into the problems we've been having with the caravans of late. Some of them have gone missing, but mostly only the ones coming from the south. At first we thought the snows must be burying them, but with goblinoids about, it's more likely they're the ones that buried the caravans. I see. Between the weather and missing caravans, the people seem to be handling the troubles pretty well. Not all of them. Jonan, for one of the steadiest fellows I know, has been going around with some tune he keeps humming and looks like he hasn't been getting much sleep. Trouble must be getting him harder than we thought. He's humming a tune? Aye, just keeps humming the damn thing over and over. Boy's gonna get an oar in his chops if he keeps it up. I see. Any other monster sightings? Well, I don't know how much weight this carries, but one of the girls says she saw some blue-skinned figure down by the shore. She said whoever it was singing some song. Probably just her imaginings. Can you tell me anything about the townsfolk? Most of the old folks around here are decent folks, but I'd stay away from old Jed. He lives in a little shack near the shore of the lake. Grisella at the Winter's Cradle, we're in the Winter's Cradle, cut him off so that drunk fool will try to get you to spot him some tankard. What's your purse, alright? I see. Do you mean the weather? Weather's been going from bad to worse. Never seen it get this cold, so cold this early in the year. Okay, we heard about that part. Last one. Come with the caravan. Yes, I did. Worse how? Sightings some goblins. Some orcs. Heard talk of them. I see. Even a wolf. Alright. Anything else? See, between the weather, everybody's handling it well. Okay, so now we're just getting a loop. Those guys all seem to say about the same thing in a loop if you eventually get them there. Hi, who are you? Lived here for quite a span, I have. Okay. No, we're fine. I've heard all you have to say. That's the fishmonger. We should probably go talk to Hrothgar, I think. You, Hrothgar. Here we are. We came to talk to you.
Well met, friend, and welcome to my home. Make yourselves comfortable, but try not to break anything. Many of these curiosities that you see lying about have sentimental value.
Where did you get all this stuff, or sentimental value? You don't strike me as the sentimental type, or just you have quite a collection here. Let's go with that one.
They're all remembrances of my adventuring days. Little trinkets and the like that I picked up here and there. More keepsakes than valuables, really. Leftovers from my days of fortune and glory.
Adventuring days. You're retired. Fortune and glory. You've had more fare. Impressive. Adventuring days. So you're retired.
Semi-retired, actually. This region is still untamed and fraught with many dangers. I've had plenty of opportunities in the last few years to take up my sword and shield and do battle with those who threaten the safety of Easthaven and its neighbors.
Okay. All right. Oh, continue.
In fact, I'm planning such an expedition right now. That is what I wanted to speak to you about.
What sort
We've
of expedition?
received word from Kaldahar, our neighbors to the south, that evil forces are stirring nearby in the spine of the World Mountains.
Continue.
I am organizing and leading a party from Easthaven south to Kaldahar Valley to investigate. You look to be capable enough. Perhaps you'd like to join us. What say you?
What sort of evil forces are we talking about?
I don't really know. The messenger wasn't too specific. I suppose if you want more details, you could ask old Everard over at the temple, but time's a-wasting. We need to get this expedition moving before the snows seal off the pass to Kaldahar. So what's it going to be? Are you in or out?
Sounds exciting.
Excellent. Glad to have you on board. I plan to assemble the rest of the expedition and set out for Kaldahar within a few days.
You just said time's a-wasting.
With storms brewing in the mountains, I'd rather we depart sooner. But there are matters that require my attention here about town.
What sort of matters? Perhaps we could help.
Actually, now that I think about it, maybe you can help. Pomab, the local shopkeeper, has recently expressed concern over the rapidly thinning stock of his store.
Really? You're gonna listen to that guy?
He's been complaining that the regular caravan from Caer-Dineval is long overdue, and that if they don't arrive soon, he's sure to be out of business. Now, normally I take Pomab's whining with a grain of salt.
Good.
But with heavy snows on the way, it would be best to make sure that caravan makes it through.
So what is it
I want
you
to find that caravan. Leave town by way of the South Bridge and scout the hills west of Loch Dinnershire, between Easthaven and Caer-Dineval. Caravans always stick close to the shoreline this time of year.
Okay. South Bridge. Scout the hills.
Once you find it, see the caravan safely to Easthaven. In the meantime, I'll assemble the rest of the expedition and make the final plans for our journey. Return here as quickly as you can. We must make for Kaldahar Pass while the weather is favorable. Good luck. Safe journey.
Okay. Hrothgar asked us to find a missing caravan. Okay. I could open his chest, this chest here, but I feel like I don't want to make him mad at me.
I see.
What's in here?
Done.
Somebody's got a roaring fire going, and they're not sitting in front of it. Fools.
Indeed.
Hi. Eh? Oh, sorry, friend. I didn't see you standing there. Name's Jonan. Something I can do for you? You alright? You seem preoccupied. No, I'm fine. Just taking in the view of the lake for a bit. Trying to shake these dreams out of my head. Lake's beautiful, isn't it? Dreams? Usually those fade upon waking, friend. Mayhap a day's worth of fishing will chase them away. Ah, well, the dreams have been fishing in me of late, friend. So I can barely catch a wink before they rouse me from it. Frustration as it is at times. Sometimes it seems like they're more real than the waking world. Okay, what kind of dreams? Well, there's a woman, and don't give me that eye, it's not like you think. She walks upon the surface of the lake as if it were flagstones instead of waves. She doesn't say anything, just sings. Beautiful songs. But I can't understand a word. Well, if dreams are your only worry, your life can't be too bad. Dreams should be a comfort, not a curse. If truth be told, friend, damn it, there's no sense to it. These dreams have been eating at me like a starving wolf. I can barely hold a daily thought in my head before the memory of the dreams hounds its way back in there. By the hells, I don't know how much more of this I can take. If I can find some way to help you, Jonan, I will. I don't know how I can, but I'll see what I can find out. Yeah? You're not playing on a man's hopes, are you? I'd be grateful for just one night of peace. I'll see what I can do. If I can think of anything, I will return. Side quest. And you. Haven't you seen... Oh, no, you're just a regular townsperson. I don't want anything to do with you guys anymore. How about you? Are you a regular townsperson? You're a regular townsperson. Okay. See, I didn't go in this one yet. What's in here? A regular townsperson. Some kind of stick? Can I pick that up?
How can I help? Agreed.
It's a regular spear. It doesn't seem worth the effort.
I am by your side.
Maybe I could wait till her back's turned.
Indeed. No small task.
Alright, I wandered into the temple last time but didn't go very far. Let's take a better look.
Very well.
This huge warhammer looks as if it would take the combined strength of 2 men to wield it. Its thick steel head is bound with studded bronze bands and is speckled with what appears to be dried blood. The inscription upon its stand reads, Bone Cracker. This magnificent weapon belonged to the legendary warrior Dumok the Fist, who died in the assault on Dragonspear Castle. Dragonspear Castle. There's an expansion for Baldur's Gate 1, the Siege of Dragonspear. I wonder if that's what it is. This battered steel helmet is crested with the 5 serpentine heads of a hydra. The inscription upon the stand reads, The Helm of Gardoom Greenaxe. Gardoom was the captain of the famed adventuring company, the Dragon Claw. The fate of this legendary swordsman remains a mystery, though he is presumed to be dead. He was last seen entering the Marsh of Toon alone. Akalia. Hello, my name is Akalia. I'm an initiate here at the Temple of Tempus. I help Everard maintain the temple armory. And perform rituals. Well met, Akalia. I'm Mara Sienna. You're an initiate of the Temper and Faith, huh? I didn't realize that the Lord of Battles was so popular up here. Tempus is revered a great deal by the barbarian tribes up here. They call him Tempus. We immigrants see a lot of conflict and violence in these parts, and people want to make sense of it all. Barbarian tribes, how do they feel about the 10 towns being here? It changes from season to season, from year to year. Like all things, they are mistrustful of us immigrants and often view our settlements here as an intrusion on their land. Sometimes they trained with us, sometimes they war with us. You said us immigrants. Where are you? I'm not going to get into... I'm not going to be super offensive to either party in this case. You said us immigrants. Where are you from? I am originally from Neverwinter. I came here to aid Battle Lord Everard when the former war priest, Renfeld, was killed in a battle against the barbarians near Bryn Shander. Ouch. I guess those barbarians really don't like the immigrants too much. You already told me that. Sounds like a love-hate relationship. At least they don't try to kill you all the time. It is just part of our daily routine. We know that the barbarians are just a few peaks away, and we immigrants understand the danger that they bring into our lives. It seems almost pointless to live in such harsh conditions. Aren't people afraid? It is actually part of the simple truth that we Temperans believe. Conflict is all around us. Every man and woman has something that he or she believes in, which he or she will die to promote or preserve. Tempus tells us that we should live for something of importance. If we kill, if we die, the same. We preach that conflict and war are vital to mankind's existence. I agree, even we don't like the fact that it's happening. I can't believe you're actually serious. Well, that's something to think about. Now, I think conflict actually is kind of inevitable. War, maybe not, but conflict, yeah. Exactly. That is why we East Haveners practice the Temper and Faith and perform the rituals of the Lord of Battles. Oh, right, I wanted to ask about the rituals. We celebrate the Feast of the Moon in remembrance of the battle dead. We also sing the Song of the Sword at least once a 10-day. Because of the church's close proximity to the site of so many great battles, our congregation also has local celebrations to remember all of the mighty conflicts that have raged across Icewind Dale. The most important daily ceremonies are the Feast of Heroes at high sun and the Song of the Fallen at sunset. What are the Feast of Heroes and the Song of the Fallen? They're pretty straightforward. The Feast of Heroes is a meal that we eat at high sun. During it, we remember the final meal which each warrior eats before he or she enters mortal battle. The Song for the Fallen is a dirge that we sing at sunset as a daily memorial for those who have died in battle. What local battles do you celebrate? We celebrate the Battle of Jared's Stone. I'd tell you more about it, but Everard prefers that any questions about it be directed to him. He has something of a different perspective on the teachings than most. Ask him about it if you see him. What's Everard like? Everard is still adjusting to his position here. I think he'd much rather still be serving Tempus on the front lines, but his duty is to guard this holy site, the site of Jared's Stone. You should ask him about it. He knows more of the tale than I do. Everard is both a warrior and a priest? How does that fit in with this faith to the god of war? Or battle, at least. It is actually a part of the simple... Oh, conflict. Yeah, right. You told me that already. Stop telling me things that I've already heard. Get out of here. The blade of this battle axe is buried deep in the stand upon which it rests. Hundreds of tiny notches have been whittled onto its back, black oaken handle. The inscription upon its stand reads, Bloody Ashram's axe. This merciless warlord repeatedly used this axe to personally execute his prisoners. He was eventually brutally dismembered by his own troops. Why do you have that enshrined? This is a large shield with the symbol of a white sword emblazoned upon its surface. Numerous dents and scratches indicate the shield has seen many battles. The inscription upon its stand reads, The Shield of Ihonen. A veteran of many battles against the Uthgard barbarians. Ionin was slain whilst battling a white dragon matriarch upon the waves of Lac-Dinishir. His body and his blade were never recovered. What about this? I can't read that. Okay. This is a round shield with a number of wicked barbs protruding from its surface. A flaming sword, the holy symbol of Tempus, has been etched into the center of the shield. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The shield of Mergith of the Order of the Steel Fang, slain on the 11th day of the battle at Borskir Bridge." These things have to fade away at some point, right?
Hrothgar mentioned there were strangers in town. What is it you want?
You have a voice. I am Marcian. Are you the high priest of this temple?
Yes, I am Everard. Everard of Tempus, battle priest of the Lord of Battles. What brings you here?
Your voice reminds me of something. My wife, a priestian, is very good at identifying voice actors. Like, she hears one and she's like, "Oh, I know that person from this other thing." I'm not that good, but his voice does remind me of something in particular that I can't place. Also, I have to remember that as soon as I click on one of these things, he starts talking. See, I come to show respect to your god and his worshippers. Kalia told me to ask you about Jared's stone, carry the scars of war, anything about the expedition of Hrothgar's. There, what is the glyph-covered door? If we might pay our respects to the temple. How about the messenger? That's the first thing we heard about. I heard there was a messenger who came to the temple from Kuldahar.
Yes, a man from Kuldahar found his way to our door, and he was dead by morning. He claimed he was a messenger from the Archdruid of Kuldahar. The man spoke of disturbances in Kuldahar. His wounds prevented me from making any sense of his words. Perhaps Hrothgar understood more than I, for he's preparing an expedition.
Are you going on this expedition?
No, for my place is here. Were I invited, I would still not go. My injuries would only slow the expedition.
Your injuries? Were you wounded in battle?
These eyes have seen battle, yes. And my skin bears the mark of swords and axes. That was long ago. Now my place is here.
Why would you leave battle behind?
Because there are many ways one may serve one's god. I am of the Order of the Broken Blade. My duty is to watch this place.
Order of the Broken Blade. They guard areas sacred to Tempus, correct?
Yes, we were warriors. Wounded in battle, our injuries now keep us far from the front lines. Still, we are fit to guard holy sites to our Lord.
This is a holy site?
It is sacred to Tempus, yes. It marks the field where the barbarian Jared gave up his life ages ago. He lies encased in stone beneath this temple.
What happened?
Jared was a shaman who lived long ago. He brought unity to the northern tribes and led them to victory against the army of Arakan, at the cost of his life.
How did he die?
Once Arakan saw his army routed by Jared and the northern tribes, he sought to bring the Hells to his aid. Arakan opened a gate to the lower plains.
He brought demons to the battlefield? The northern tribes would have been destroyed.
I do not believe that. Jared did. It is said that Tempus himself appeared to Jared upon the battlefield, and Jared took that as a sign.
A sign? To do what?
Jared believed Tempus was calling him to sacrifice himself for his people to ensure victory. And so he cast his body into the portal, his blood fusing it to stone. It lies entombed beneath the temple to this day.
You don't sound like you agree with Jared's choice.
Jared had no need to sacrifice himself. Tempus's appearance was a test of faith, proof Jared's people had already won the field that day. Jared failed his god and died a coward's death.
But Tempus is known to appear to warriors who can dictate the outcome of battle, so perhaps his death was not
One dies for Tempus with a blade in one's hand, not by martyring oneself within the embrace of infernal magics. Jared's duty was to stand with his comrades, not cast himself to his death when the field was already theirs.
His sacrifice may have prevented other deaths, Everard.
Sacrifice? Let me say this of sacrifice, young one. Then we shall speak of this no more. Sacrifice is a death that has meaning. When it is in vain, it is not sacrifice. It is a waste. That is the lesson of Jared's stone.
And this stone is buried beneath the temple?
Aye, a great stone disc that holds Jared's corpse for eternity. And so I watch and guard it in Tempus's name.
I see. I hope you're not mad at me. I had some other questions I wish to ask.
You are free to ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
We heard about that. We heard about that. We heard about that. And we heard about that. And basically we've heard about the glyph-covered door, right? I come to show respect to your god and his worshippers. Still, there is not much battle to be had here in East Haven, I hope.
War is but one of Tempus's aspects. Warriors, true warriors, worship him as well.
I asked about wounded
You are
battle
free to
already.
ask, traveler. I promise no answers.
What's the glyph-covered door?
The door leads beneath the temple to the site of Jared's stone. It was sealed with glyphs of Tempus to prevent entry long ago.
Ah, okay. I think we're good. That's right, I looked at that last time. This is a large shield with the symbol of a white sword. Oh, no. No, I read that one too. This one. Shoot. Ah, your stuff's all over the place. I can't read it. This long and slender lance is of astonishing quality and workmanship. The entire length of its shaft appears to have been coated in gold, and its handle is inlaid with various precious gems. The inscription upon its stand reads, "The Golden Lance of Kedwar, heralded as the greatest horseman to ever ride in battle. Kedwar died gloriously upon the fields of the dead alongside his trusted charger, Onyx." Okay, I think we're done here. Let's not
I see.
piss him off too much. Scores of knucklehead hang from these wooden racks. The stench from the drying fish is almost unbearable. The scrolling is a little bit slow. Are you a regular townsperson? You're a regular townsperson. Anything of note? No, don't think so.
Very well.
Okay, out we go.
Very well. Yes?
Just seeing if I can find another way to scroll, because this is really slow.
Indeed.
Absol, hi. I heard your name somewhere. Oh, thank the gods. Whoever you are, you picked the perfect time to wander by. Could really use some help. My name is Mara. Who might you be? The name's Aspel. Or Absol. But please, we don't have time for such pleasantries. I need your help. What's the problem? A wolf somehow got into my workshop and is tearing the place apart. It attacked me as I was opening the shop this morning. I was so startled by the sight of the beast that I accidentally broke the key off in the lock while trying to get away. Now I can't even get back in. I'll ask what you sell later. What do you want me to do? I'd be most grateful if you could go in there and get rid of that stupid thing for me. Then I could get back to my scrimshaw. Of course, you'll have to find a way to get the door open first. How am I supposed to get the door open if you broke the key off in the lock? I don't care. Break it down if you have to. I'm sure it'll be nothing compared to the damage that monster inside is capable of. Very well. I sincerely thank you. The door to my shop is just around the corner here. Please get rid of that demonic canine as soon as possible. Okay.
Your command?
Edward. Let's see. Find traps. Thieving.
Very well.
Try the lock. Try to pick it.
I am here. Certainly.
Good job. We picked the lock. We didn't even break it down.
Very well.
Sorry, Wolf. This wooden workbench is cluttered with tools and scrimshaw shavings. Rows of knucklehead trout bones have been neatly arranged upon these shelves. A number of scrimshaw carvings are arrayed about this table. Each of them appears to be in various stages of completion. This glass cabinet contains several finished pieces of beautifully carved and polished scrimshaw. The floorboards in this corner have been torn away. Evidence of tooth and claw marks suggests that they were chewed through from below. Huh. So it deliberately tried to get in here. It didn't, like, accidentally get in. Anything else? Anything else? Too bad we didn't know about that. We could have just come through the... Various fishing poles and gaffs are stacked in the corner. None seems to be of any particular value. Alright, you don't have anything worth stealing while you're out. And the wolf doesn't seem to have anything for me, so out we go.
Very well.
Ah, my friend, the wolf is no more. I am now a happy man. Thank you for helping me. Here's a little something for your trouble. Thank you. We got 25 gold. And a carved scrimshaw dagger. Thaco plus 1. Speed factor. You know what? Let's just give it straight to our dagger person. 1d4 speed factor 2. 1d4 Thaco plus 1. Speed factor 1. Alright. I think it's better. I think it's better than this. Speed factor 1 versus speed factor 2. I'm not entirely sure what that means, but I feel like it might be better. Alright, so we helped a guy. Not generally in favor of killing wolves. I think wolves are... But, you know, there's a place for respecting them, and there's a place where they're actually threatening humans. This large casting net is in dire need of mending. It appears to be torn and tangled in several places. Basically, they're like bears, except usually more skittish. Wolves don't actually tend to go after people specifically, like people tend to think they do, but if they're desperate. Piles of dirty crockery have been stacked upon this table. And they did say that it's gotten a lot colder than usual at this point.
Very well.
So that would make sense, that the animals are hungrier than normal. How about this one? What's in here?
Indeed.
Oh, a box. With a wolf pelt. Several sharp skinning tools lie next to what appears to be a pair of canine skulls. Shh, we were never there.
Small task.
Nobody can prove we did that. It's their own fault for leaving the door unlocked. I was dead at the time. Big door. Regular townsperson. Churin. Regular townsperson. I'm assuming all the regular townspeople are going to say the same things that I've been saying already. Good day, I'm Churin. How may I help you? What do you do here, Churin? Me? Nothing much. I manage this warehouse here for the fishmonger Gaspar. I get paid a sum to store scrimshaw and emergency food supply here through harsh winters. Certainly sounds like it would be important in a place like this. What does the rest of East Haven do? Well, most of them fish for knucklehead trout and Loch Dinishire. It's not a rich living in terms of wealth, but living up here, a man can still lead a very rich life. See, heard anything interesting around town? Well, spending as much time as I do in this stuffy old warehouse, I don't get to hear much gossip. If you really want to know what's going on in these parts, I suggest you buy a few rounds over at Winter's Cradle Tavern. Sure. Alright. I started there, dude. You don't know that. You've been stuck in this warehouse the whole time.
I see.
Can we come down this way? What's down this way? Strange blue-skinned woman. Well, that's a coincidence. We heard about a strange blue-skinned woman. Elysia. This woman has the skin like the surface of the lake. Light green hair and delicate features like that of an elf. At your approach, she begins to sing a soft, flowing song like the sound of a great undersea current, but you have no idea why the song reminds you of that. In a moment, the song, and the feeling, passes, and the woman looks at you hopefully. Who the hells are you? No. Are you the woman that Jonan sees in his dreams? Jonan? Yes, Jonan. You are the woman from his dreams, aren't you? Yes, yes. Have your eyes fallen upon him? Do you know where he walks? I spoke to him recently. He sees you in his dreams, but he doesn't know what you want of him. What do you want? I am of the calling Elysia of the Sky's Mirror. My heart is Jonan's, but he cannot see me in the flesh, or else I will become as the currents upon the shore. A gift do I have for him from one of his blood long ago who also held my heart, but not as Jonan holds it now. Gift? What do you mean? Many reflections of the moon have come and gone since the day in which the one of the blood of Jonan fell beneath the waters of the lake. He fought the last of the great white serpents that swam upon the northern winds, the Queen Mother Icasaracht, who now lies without life on the bed of the lake. A promise was made, and I must honor it. What promise? The one from whom Jonan comes asked I see his blade return to those of his blood, as if the Queen Serpent Icasaracht drank his life. She did, but not before he dealt her a mortal blow. From the depths of the lake I have brought the fire-shaped steel that ended her life. It is intended that it be belonging to Jonan now. So you wish to return the sword of Jonan's ancestor to him, but you cannot because the sight of you will make you stream away to water. It is one of the laws of the lands beneath the lake's mirror. Will you give this to Jonan and tell him my heart? My songs are his, my heart is his. I will see to it the blade is returned to Jonan, Elysia. Here then, I entrust this to your keeping until your path crosses with that of Jonan. Return when you have given it to him. I must know it has found its way back to its home. Okay. Sounds good. Alright. Jonan. Jonan, where were you? Where was Jonan? He was up by the boats on the shore of the lake here, right? Goodness, I should see if I can change the scroll speed. Here they come. Come on, guys. How does that damn song go? Sir. I think I found the reason for those dreams you're having, strangely enough. You're not playing on an old man's hope. The woman in your dreams is a sea spirit, Jonan. Her kind speak through song, which is why you couldn't understand her. A sea spirit? What does she want, then? Why the dreams? Seeks to lure men to their deaths. No. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm a paladin. Speaks to you because she loved one of your ancestors and carried a promise for him for many, many years. They made that one number one. Just to throw you, so you can't just click through this if you want to do the good path. One of my ancestors? Why come to me then? Your features remind her of him, and your heart is as strong, if not stronger. She has come to love you, but she cannot let you see her in the flesh. She wishes to give you something that belonged to your ancestor, if you would take it. Aye, I will. Of course I will. Sorry, it's a bit much to be laid upon a fisherman all at once. I Well, I'd be honored to accept anything she wishes me to have. Here you are, then. It's the blade your ancestor used against Ikasaract, the last of the White Dragon matriarchs. It lay within the dragon's heart for almost a century at the bottom of the waters. Carry it well and know that Alicia loves you. Your dreams shall trouble you no more. By the spine of the world! Even shattered that this blade's a wonder, but no more dreams, you said? Well, I'll miss them, actually. Her song's beautiful. Simply beautiful. I'll tell her, Joan. Farewell. Game options. Gameplay. Keyboard scroll speed. Let's bump that up a bit. Done. Return to game. That's better. That's better. It's not amazing. I can probably bump it up a little further even, but it's better than it was. That was just a snail's pace trying to scroll through everything. And this is not a small map. Have you found Jonin? Yes, and I returned the blade to him. You have my gratitude. Please take this shaped piece of sand which I have taken from the bed of the lake. I have heard that those that walk upon land value such things. We gained 1200 experience. We got a pearl. Ooh, nice. And our journal was updated. Thank you. Farewell. Ah! She exploded. Once in a while, it looks like the cursor turns into the pickup thing, but it's all a lie. It's all a lie. Can I go any further down here? No? Okay. Let's see, where's the map? This thing map? There we go. Oh, nice. I don't remember this when I played it. It's got, it's got markers on the houses to let me know what everything is. Fantastic. Okay, let's get back around here. I think we're done on that side of town. I should probably talk to the fishmonger at some point. Normal townsperson.
I see.
Hey there, matey. How are you doing? Nice to meet you. Been hitting the sauce lately, old man? How are you? Not so good, matey. Gusella, the barkeep over at the Winter's Cradle, cut me off. How am I supposed to get any proper fishing done? Just do it without liquor, maybe? Teach her a lesson while she's sleeping, if you get my drift. No, we're not gonna say that. Just do it without liquor? The barkeep says I'd be drinking too much. What does she know? I have only turned my boat 4 times. Anyway, I need me wine to fresh proper like. Is there anything I can do to support your downward spiral into oblivion? Do I want to do that? You could go to Pomads and fetch me some wine. Then I could get back to my fishing. I would be grateful for it. I'd go to get it myself, but 2 summers past I got so mad at that pompous pomad that I threw a sorry behind into Lac Dinishir. Sure. Why not? Sure. Yep, great. You know what? It's a quest. Who am I to turn down quests? I'm an adventurer. It's what we do. This one? Yeah. Sir,
As you wish.
I'd like to buy something. Bottle of wine. You can have that. I need some money. Alright. And back out we go.
Certainly.
Tromp, 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 tromp. It's not quite the right sound for foot, but it's really a good proximity of footsteps in the snow. Don't drink it all in one place. You'd better make that last. You're not going to have strapping adventurers good around to get your medicine. We got 6 gold. We got experience for it. 1,200 experience, that's not nothing. That's the Snowdrift Inn. Nothing else really here. The bridge to the south is there. Now let's check out the inn and then we'll call it a day.
No small task.
Hi. Greetings, traveler. The name's Quimby, and I welcome you to my inn. You seem rather enthusiastic. Ah, enthusiastic. Yes. It is rare that I get any travelers at this time of year. Thus, I want all of my guests to be welcome. Ha ha! Okay. I heard any interesting... Do you get any travelers this time of year? We do have one. Ha ha! Yes, his name is Eravane something or another. He is an elf and an adventurer to boot. Well, if an elf and an adventurer likes the rooms here, who might pass up the opportunity? Did he bring any interesting news? I don't want to sleep yet. Did he bring any interesting news with him? Actually, yes. The whole town's been talking about the upcoming expedition into the spine of the world. Excitement! Tell me more about this expedition. Hrothgar, no doubt, will be leading it. I've heard that Akalia, the initiate at the temple, is going, though I suppose Everard will stay behind to minister to the town. There's a dwarf named Hildreth who's going along, and even Palmab has agreed to go. That's quite interesting. Thanks. I don't want to get a room yet. I want to loot your rooms. Is this the common room, or is this... Eravane Blacksheaf. Hi. Well met, friend. I am Eravane Blacksheaf of Evereska. It has been many moons since I have seen friendly faces, despite the dreary nature of our current locale. East Haven is a welcome sight for these elven eyes. Have you seen much? When I set out from Evereska, I was used to a peaceful life. I had no idea what wonders and horrors the life of adventure would bring to my ever-changing doorstep. I'm glad I didn't go on the retreat 20 years ago. What is the retreat? I don't want to try to rub his nose in anything. I don't want to try to one-up him. What is the retreat? The retreat is the gradual migration Telkessir to the Isle of Evermeet. It should only take a few hundred years for all of the people to complete the migration. Until then, I've decided to explore the rest of Faerun. Heard any good rumors? Well, I haven't heard any rumors lately. However, when I traveled through Kuldahar, I had a strange feeling about something in that valley. It's more than just the weather that bothered me. Something seemed amiss in the mountains, the trees, even the clouds in the sky. Something was out of place. Something was wrong. Something does seem out of place. I can't quite put my finger on it, but yes, something's been odd about the weather. Be careful on your travels, and farewell. Sure. Awesome. Sounds good. So that must be like the common room, and then these are the actual sleepy rooms. Dude, you only have 2 rooms. I hope you don't get any more travelers. Alright, and with that, I'm going to call that an episode. Next time I should go talk to the fishmonger, who I haven't talked to yet. Not that one. This one, the fishmonger. Haven't talked to the fishmonger yet, and then I'll go down and check south of the bridge. So, until then, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll talk to you later. Bye for now.